Ray would know. I wouldn't come home and he'd know, and leave and 623 Daisy Lane would disappear. The whole house burned and everyone inside dead, while the police checked to make sure I was real and they would never find him, and when they told me I was safe and I will never be safe, he'd find me and I'd be lying woman then, and I know what he does to them. I live over in South Estates, I say, naming an apartment complex at the far end of the other bus line, the one I never ride on. I see ads for it, though. Red brick buildings and pictures on bus stop benches. And you come here to get away? I nod. Will you be here tomorrow? I nod again. Ray's fury when I tell him, and I have to tell him, choking my throat so tight I can hardly breathe. Good, she says. See you then. 38. I don't know how Annabelle can stay on the swing so long. Ray, right after we moved here, took me to the playground near Shady Pines. I'd expected it to be like the apartment, saggy and old, the grass beaten down and sparkling with shattered grass. But it was gorgeous. Everything was new and shiny and sturdy, glinting in the sun. A woman who spotted the two of us standing there, Ray telling me to go play and me looking at him, checking to see if it was a test. Sure it was, because that's what Ray did when we first moved here. Tested me all the time. Said the city had just donated it. I hoped it looks like this for a few more than a week, she said, and Ray laughed and cringed. The shiny metal too new for me. The kids around it, on it, not like me. I was still brand new, but even then I understood they were not like me. They were a test, and one I had to pass. My heart wasn't as hollow then, still beat with soft thumps of hope. Even so, I didn't swing, and the playground got taken over by taller kids. Ones who sat on the swings and smoked and did things under the slides, and if we drove by and saw them, Ray never slowed down to look, was always proud of me for not looking either, as if I wanted to see. I knew what everyone is capable of, the ooze inside, and those kids' embraces just reminded me of what waited for me, what always waited for me. Ray never looked for playgrounds after that one time. He didn't need them, he said. Wasn't like those sweaty-eyed perverts looking around, hoping to glimpse a flash of child flesh, bend of an elbow, piece of thigh. Sickos, he said. They just want to look. They don't want to take care of someone. Aren't capable of it. Don't know what love really is. Wrinkled his face, shaking his head. I feel sorry for them, don't you? Hot hand on my head. Blessing curse. Love, Ray would say. My special love for my special girl. Red-faced, pushing, eyes closing, flying open to look at me. Oh, Alice, my girl. I look away from Annabelle, kicking her feet up into the sky, and watch the grass under my feet. Once on a talk show, this death expert said it's everything underground that makes grass so green, that dead things make the living. I want to lie down on the bench then, or better yet, on the grass. Rest on something living and see if I can hear the death underneath. But I can't, because then people will look, and Ray doesn't like looking, wants me silent, his little ghost girl. I lean over and touch the grass instead. I have not felt grass in 10 years. Ray doesn't like me getting dirty. It doesn't feel like much of anything, and I am oddly disappointed. Like when the soap operas are taken off so someone important in a tie can talk about things that don't matter, because they will never reach me. Ray has me wrapped up tight from the world. You lose something? Jake says, and squats down across from me, touching my fingers in the grass. I slide my hand back, wipe it on my jeans. His hands aren't hot, like Ray's, but they are longer than mine. Bigger. I know what that means. You look nice, Jake says, and I look down at myself in my too small jeans and strange, strained pink shirt, and wonder what I look like to him. Want to go to my car? I look like what I am. I live so I can be what Ray wants, what he needs, and you can see if you look hard enough. You can see that you can make me do anything. Most people look away, though. They do not want to see what it is impossible to make with hands just like theirs. I get up and follow Jake to his car. He offers me some pills and shrugs when I shake my head no. Swallows them dry. Fucking school, he says. I hate it. Does your sister hate school? She's 6, he says. She still thinks it's fun. His look says I have said something stupid, something everyone should know, and I look down, wait for him to put his hands on his belt. Must think of something to say, must think of words. He does it for me, clearing his throat, tapping the fingers of one hand against his leg. You like school? It's okay. I remember desks and telling secrets and standing in line for lunch, throwing food away because I was full or didn't want it. I would give anything to go back and take that food, slap that stupid once-upon-a-time girl, and shove what she was too dumb to want down my throat. Eat and eat until I grew sick. Fleshy, everywhere with rolls protecting me from everyone's eyes. From Ray's eyes. So, do you want to? He rubs his leg and then tries to take my hand again. I let him this time. Hold still while he rubs it across the front of his jeans. He's so tentative, so unsure. He seems so young, younger than I've been, even when I was born into Ray's arms, and it takes no time at all for me to talk without words, without doing anything that Ray will see. Just my hand, moving back and forth, not even on his skin. So easy. He tries to touch me afterward, hands on my chest, mouth looming toward mine. He does not push my breasts down, flattening, but cups his hands around them. I don't mind that, but I do not like his mouth on mine, him trying to breathe into me, the darting slick surface of his tongue. Ray kisses my forehead or my knees or the insides of my thighs, but his mother made him kiss her goodnight every night, and so he told me he'd protect me and never kiss me. I push away after I've counted to 10 twice, and he says, I don't kiss right, do I? My last girlfriend said I sucked. I don't know what to say to that, to the naked worry in his voice. His weakness makes me nervous. It makes me want to hurt him too. See, my friend Todd, you've probably seen him. He's a really tall guy with the amazing girlfriend, the one with legs. He trails off. Anyway, he had her sit with me, up with May, who is kind of fat, but does it with anyone, and well, we went out for a while, Todd says. I shouldn't be such a fucking girl about this stuff, but you know, it's not like... He blows out a breath. It's not like there's fucking manual or anything, is there? He laughs. A fucking manual. Get it? Shit, these pills kick ass. Sure you don't want one? I shake my head and words fall into it. I have better ones. Bet you do, he says. You're like, I don't know, a rock? You know, nothing to see, but then you pick it up and there's this stuff on it. What kind of pills? Where does your sister come in the park? Lucy, he says. I don't know, the entrance over by the school, I guess. How come you always ask about her? I'm too boring to talk about. Ray would say that as a low, throbbing whisper, louder than a roar, but Jake makes it as needy whine, like a fly's buzz. Buzz, buzz. I listen to the flies during the day in the summer. They fly around, leaving on who knows what, air maybe? And then come fall, they're gone. I wish I could be a fly. Live on nothing. Have wings. You do like me, right? He says. I did everything Todd said. Offered you my best stuff. Talked to you. Washed up after gym. I do not know normal, but I do not think Jake is it. He is watching me, huge eyes. Far away, but here at the same time. So eager to be told he's good. He's special that he reminds me of me, living dead boy, all broken inside. What happened, I say, and he blinks slowly, slipping in his seat. What do you mean? He sits up and fingers his belt buckle. There is no bulge under it, though. It's an empty gesture, a trying. When we first moved to Shady Pines, I used to turn to Ray at night, thinking if he thought I wanted his sweet and his hands in pain, it would be over sooner, and he'd let me go earlier each night, that maybe he would give me grace. Grace is my favorite church word, a state of being, something you can pray for, something God can grant, something you can obtain. Perfection is out of reach, but grace you can reach for. Nothing, he says. Well, my parents, disappointed, you know, 'cause I'm not smart or anything, not good at stuff. I'm like my real dad who up and ran away. But your sister's perfect. Your face, he says, blinking like he's asleep and trying to wake up. You look funny when you talk about her, like you want to eat her or something. Swallow her up whole. He shakes his head, closes his eyes. Will he go to sleep? If he does, I could leave now. I wait 1 breath, 2, 20, then whisper his name. Jake? Want to enjoy this, he says. Sullen fly buzz back in his voice. Not think about things. And you don't like me at all, do you? No, I say, and watch his eyes fly open, mouth dropping into a little round O. I could twist my fingers into knotting his lips before squeezing his jaw, bending him back, forcing him down. He would do it, I think. He would break. I lean over, put my mouth on his, bite his lip, feel the flesh, soft and tender, caught between my teeth. Hear his startled, slow yelp.